Today, I'm critiquing a penthouse in central London, and then I'm going to give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy, remodel, or build a property like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the guy who makes sure you have the highest resale value when you buy, remodel, or build your dream home. Let's watch this video together.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Luxury Home Show. I'm Hannah, and today I'm going to show you inside a 4-bedroom duplex penthouse in the heart of London's West End. Oceanic House is situated at number 1 Cockspur Street and is at the northwest corner of Trafalgar Square. And we're also less than 1 mile away from Buckingham Palace.
I know what you're thinking. Central London, it doesn't get better than this. Look, it is central, but it gets a lot better than this. And this location has a major flaw. But before I tell you that, if you're planning to purchase a property like this, anywhere around the world, doesn't matter, London, Dubai, New York, Miami, and you want me to represent you as your agent or as your referral agent, it won't cost you a penny more than any other agent. I charge $55,000 for 1 year of representation, and if you purchase a property during that time, 100% of my $55,000 gets refunded to you in escrow. If you're interested, fill out this application. Not everyone will be accepted. If we are a right fit for each other, I would love to be that resource to you. Okay, the major flaw here is tourists. There is a massive amount of tourist attractions here. Buckingham Palace being one of the biggest one, the London Eye, museums, and a lot of government building. The problem is it doesn't have that neighborhood feel. It is central, very central, but it doesn't have that neighborhood feel. You come down, the restaurants, everything that is available to you are like tourist restaurants, and that's just not ideal.
The building is an exclusive new development steeped in history. It was originally built as the offices to the famous White Star Line shipping company, Titanic ocean liner, and later as the offices for the Ministry of Defence. This Grade 2 listed landmark has been sensitively restored on the exterior with a brand new interior, echoing the luxury that will forever be associated with the age of transatlantic ocean travel.
Yes, there is glimpses of nautical theme, but not too much. Like round windows here and there, but the main theme of the building is masculine. It's strong. It's got huge pillars. It looks like a bank. It's supposed to look like it's standing there. It's been there for hundreds of years and it will stand for another thousands of years. It showcases strength. Architecturally, it's Edwardian Baroque, but what matters is that we as humans are attracted to masculine facades, men and women, because it gives us a feeling of safety. Now, this is a very masculine facade. It doesn't have to be this masculine or serious, but the lines, the way it sits, the way it presents itself is very feral in that sense.
So let's go inside and check it all out. Okay, so I've just come up through my private lift, which brings you straight into the penthouse. What a way to enter. And of course, we did go through that lovely entrance with 4-meter high ceilings. There was parquet flooring, lots of luxurious seating areas, and of course, a 24-hour concierge.
Okay, so far so good. The building is concierge. You have a reception, you have security, you have someone at the desk to greet you, check for packages, mail, your guests coming in. Very important in the ultra luxury. And at the same time, it's a penthouse unit and the elevators open in the unit. Now you're like, Arvin, of course, yeah. No, I've critiqued many penthouses that don't. I know it's simple, but it's absolutely necessary. It's very important for the penthouse unit to have that so you don't mingle with other people. There should be a differentiating factor for the penthouse unit.
So now that we are inside, we've got a powder room straight to my left, and then this gorgeous glass balustrade and floating staircase there, which takes you down to the bedrooms, which we will look at a little bit later.
Okay, let's go over the layout because otherwise you're going to get really confused. Pay attention to this light well and the staircase going down because we're going to talk about it. But first, let's walk through the current layout. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you a redesign where I kind of move things around to make it better, and you be the judge if I did a good job or not. Okay, here's the layout of the second floor. Here's the elevator. You get out of the elevator, you have 3 options. You can make it left, you can go straight, or you can go right. If you go straight, to your left, there's a powder room right over here. You go over a bridge overlooking the staircase, which entrance is from this side. But if you continue going straight, this is your formal living space, okay? There's a little entrance to the balcony. And then if you make your right, you will see the dining room over here. And the dining room connects to the kitchen over here. You also have a little terrace over here. And if you make your way back, Before you get to the central location, you can take the stairs downstairs. I will show you the layout of downstairs. There's a little storage area over here. And then if you continue walking, you go to another seating room, which also connects to your formal living space. You also can get into the terrace over here. And then you have an office on this side. Okay, let's continue watching. It's going to make a lot more sense now.
First of all, we come straight into our seating area. This is the living room, and we've got two separate seating areas, which is really nice, depending how many people are here or the mood that you're in. Really lovely colours here. I love the kind of grey and the dark blue and this lovely dark flooring as well.
Can you spot the flaw? You've watched my channel, you're a subscriber, I always do this, okay? There's so many flaws in this frame, okay? I'm gonna give you guys 3 seconds to spot the flaw, and if you're not a subscriber, you can, sit this one out. 3, 2, 1. Well, where do we start? First, gray. This is like the first thing inspiration, British designers get is like they open the window and they look outside to the clouds. And the funny thing is the number one thing Brits complain about is the gray low clouds. I don't get it, okay? But it's way beyond that. It's way worse than that. That's an easy fix, okay? We have a major problem. This space is really long, it's narrow and long, doesn't have the width, and at the same time, there's two seating arrangements next to each other with no functionality. And the funny thing is that the second one actually connects to another seating room, which we're going to see later in the video. Now, I'm going to fix this, but I want you to start thinking how you can fix this layout. So when I show my presentation, you would see if you agree with it or not.
So let's go through over here into our dining room. This is just the most amazing room divider, which also is a fireplace as well. So again, so comfy and luxurious in here.
Unnecessary. If this divider wasn't there, optically, the ratio of height, length, and width would have even looked worse. This actually helps to partition and divide it. And then Hannah also said something really important, natural light. And she's right. This unit has a ton of natural light coming from all different directions. Why? Because it's a corner building. You really have one neighbor behind you. And at the same time, you have really good setbacks from the other buildings on the other side. The streets are quite wide. It's a kind of a commercial zone area. So you get a lot of natural light coming from all different directions. So this unit is going to be lit.
The whole property has been interior designed by Morpheus London, so incredibly high spec. And then one of the biggest highlights, there are many, but one of the biggest is of course the central location in London and the views. So we've got these 3 huge windows in here and obviously in the other seating area as well. So you can just enjoy these beautiful views over central London.
Okay, I'm going to rate the views at the end of the video, but I don't really consider this a view property whatsoever. You do get a panoramic look all around, but the views are, rooftop level.
There's actually 5,500 square feet of living space, so plenty more to see. Okay, now into the kitchen. And a very spacious kitchen it is. Absolutely stunning. I love this room. And I really love the feel of it. It's very light and airy, and I love the colours. It's subtle and mellow, very neutral. So easy to work with if you want to add a splash of colour to it. And then we have another 10-seater dining table here. So maybe for more of your informal dinners here. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of lovely modern lighting as well.
Okay, I love the shape, dimension, and the location of the kitchen with respect to the layout, but I hate the finishes. Starting with the floors and the counters and the cabinets, they're all garbage. But the craziest thing is that they decided to put 2 huge dining tables next to each other. Why would you eat here as to the other location? It's just idiotic.
And then we have in the island here, this is gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely huge. Not 1, but 2 Miller wine fridges. I mean, why not? More wine the better. And then we've actually got 2 Miller ovens, one either side of the kitchen. So if you're a very keen cook, there's plenty of space for you. Or maybe if you have your private chef coming round, they've got lots of space to do all of their magic. And then we've got a lovely mirrored backsplash here to create the illusion of even more space. Not that you need it in here. And then we've got another 2, everything's 2 in here, huge fridge, if I can open it. Absolutely huge. I don't think I've ever seen such a big fridge.
Okay, that fridge door should have opened the other way around, but she's right. It's like the double mint commercial. There's like double the pleasure, double the fun. Everything is in 2s. You have 2 formal living spaces next to each other. You have 2 dining rooms next to each other. You have 2 wine coolers next to each other, 2 ovens next to each other, 2 fridges nechts to each other, and there were 2 sinks of the same size next to each other too. I don't know what's going on here.
Follow me, let's go down the corridor here. And on my left is where we entered in the lift. And here we go, our second seating area. So this has a really cozy vibe.
Hannah, it's our third seating area, which is connected from right here to the other two seating areas. This is absolutely idiotic. I mean, I just can't even fathom somebody would design a layout like this. But you know what's impressive? How many outdoor terraces you have. It's really, really impressive. And this is another differentiating factor. When I'm going to score the layout at the end of this video, you're going to see this. When you have a penthouse that has a ton of outdoor spaces, it creates a bigger buyer pool for your resale value. Why? Because you start attracting people who can make the argument and say, you know what? All the bedrooms had an outdoor area. I don't have to deal with gardening. They start making excuses in their brain to maybe switch in from a single family home or a townhouse to a condo. And that's always to your advantage because you're bringing someone with a bigger budget to a property that costs less.
And now we're going to go through to the study. What a luxury to have your own study. So here we go. And immediately I just feel really calm in here. It's very, very snug. And I love this feature wall. It's this fabric wall here in this beautiful colour purple. So yeah, this is fantastic. I love this. Lots, again, modern lighting in here. And there we have our main terrace. So let's go and have a look at that. And then the cherry on top of the property, I'm going to let the views speak for themselves.
Okay, this is the best view you're going to get from the property, and I'm, again, not that impressed. I wouldn't consider this a view property. What I'm impressed by is just the depth of the terrace over here. You've got terraces all around, a lot of privacy. The units across the road don't have a direct line of sight to your unit, which is all great for your privacy score at the end of the video also.
This is why you buy this property, to be so central in London and get these kind of views. Absolutely incredible. I can imagine having my morning cup of tea here or possibly an evening cocktail with some friends. Oh.
Wait a minute. Is that Big Ben? I don't know if you can count that in. Is that? I mean, if it took me a while to figure this out. So I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, it's really just bragging rights instead of really enjoyment of the view. I will consider this in the view score.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just stay out here for a little bit longer, but then I'm gonna take you downstairs so we can check out all of the bedrooms. Here we go. This is what I dream of. Descending into the bedroom area via my very own floating staircase and beautiful glass balustrade there.
Okay, do you think this was beautiful? Let me show you on the layout what they try to achieve over here because it's really, really important. Otherwise, you're going to get confused. Okay, here's the layout of the second floor. She just came down the stairs and she noticed the moment. Natural light coming in, and this was a key decision. They decided to place the stairway in the center of the property. This is critical. If you're planning to redesign, build your dream home, where you place your staircase is extremely important. Not just for vertical connectivity, but for natural light and all the other elements. They decided to put this staircase right smack in the middle and use the skylight right above to make it lit. Now, you tell me if it was worth it. The layout downstairs is a bit of a maze when you look at it, but there are technically 4 bedrooms. You can also take the elevator down. To your right, as soon as you take the elevator down, there's a little storage or the stairs. As soon as you come down the stairs, you can go to enter 2 different rooms. This is bedroom number 4. It has its own dressing room and bathroom. Or you can go to the dressing room of bedroom number 3 and then enter the bedroom number 3, and it also has its own bathroom. And then if you continue this down this hallway, you go to the another bedroom over here, which has its own walk-in closet and a bathroom. And if you continue going this way, you go to the primary suite. Now, the primary suite has a little reception area. The bed is over here. You have her closet, her bathroom, and then when you come this side, you have his study, his bathroom, and his closet.
And you start by entering into your very own lobby. So if someone needs to wait until you're ready, this is where they would actually wait. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's head into the main bedroom. Wow. I mean, spacious doesn't even cover it. Absolutely huge. Okay, now not only does this suite have 1 dressing room and 1 ensuite, it has 2. So let's head into the first one. Wow. I would not mind getting ready here. Loads and loads of space. So this is ideal if you and your partner, maybe one's a bit messier than the other or has lots of clothes, you can keep those separate. Big mirrors everywhere, and then we head into the bathroom. This is the ensuite. and it is huge. It does feel a bit like a spa.
Yes, it does look like a spa, but it doesn't look like a really nice one. But what really bothers me is the fact that they decided to allocate way more space to the bathroom than the actual closet, when this bathroom doesn't even have a window to the outside. If you have to make a sacrifice between the two, always go for bigger closet over bathrooms, because it's just a deciding factor. Bathrooms are not as important as walk-in closets in the ultra high end.
Okay, follow me through again, through the main bedroom here. And then we're going into our second dressing room, but also a kind of study. So again, absolutely beautiful rooms. Everywhere is huge. Let's go into the ensuite here. So a little bit darker in here, very cozy. Lovely big shower. Again, another bath there, covered in marble. And then even more storage. So another dressing room down here.
Can you spot the flaw? This is the flaw I haven't fixed on the layout. I didn't have time for it, but I can do it right now. I'll give you guys 3 seconds to think about it. What is wrong with this setup? 3, 2, 1. Optically, it looks ridiculous and it's very wasteful. You have 2 parallel long and narrow spaces. One is a closet, which is a hallway, and then a very long, wasteful bathroom. If I was designing this space, I would have chose to go with 2 square spaces. The bathroom would be closer to the window, right on the window side, and it would have normal dimensions. And the space between the bathroom and that reception area would be a closet, like a normal closet.
And then back through to your lobby. I'll wait and see if they're ready for me. Okay, so after that first incredible bedroom, let's go and see all of the others. So this is actually bedroom 4. We will be seeing that later, but we're going to bedroom 2. That's the lift, so it brings you all the way down to the bedrooms as well. No walking required here if you don't want to.
Well, you're taking a walk in the hallway, Hannah. There's a lot of walking, actually. There's a lot of hallways. This whole lower floor is all hallways.
And then this is bedroom 2. Another lovely light and airy bedroom. We've got lots of character features like all the bedrooms have, and paneling all on the walls, which just creates a nice visually interesting impact there. And then it's a bit of a luxury for every bedroom to have an ensuite, but also a dressing room. So we've got a walk-in wardrobe there, lots and lots of space for all of your clothes. And then what is probably my favorite bathroom, pretty much because of this, a freestanding bath, which is gigantic. You get about 3 people in there.
Okay, I hate the finishes in this penthouse. It's as dull as it gets, okay? I really wish they would have gone for chevron pattern hardwood floors, would have kind of given that opulence and elegance to this building that architecturally it really deserved. But what I'm really impressed with is the fact that they have bathrooms and closets for every bedroom, and the size of the bedrooms are really good for London.
Okay, let's go and head to bedroom number 3. Into a mini lobby and lots of storage space, and then into our ensuite. Everything is just surrounded with marble. It just feels so opulent. And then into the bedroom. Again, we've got this really nice paneling that goes all the way around the walls, these character features.
Okay, this is perhaps the worst bedroom in all of the apartment, because you have to go through the walk-in closet to get to the bathroom or enter the bedroom. It's just not ideal. You're changing, in front of the front door.
Okay, now we're heading into bedroom number 4, which is possibly my favorite because we've got this stunning big circular window there, which I assume reflects the nautical theme again from the Titanic. That's what I love about this place. Everything is so slick and super modern, incredibly high spec, but we've still got those touches of the history that the building is based on. And then we go into the bathroom. We've got another lovely ensuite with another big lovely window there. Everything is just gorgeous. They're all very similar, but everything is obviously bespoke for each bedroom.
Okay, I wouldn't call it bespoke. I think it's very, safe finishes, which is okay if you're going for a rental. Because if you do go very bespoke right off the bat, then you might, be really shiny and great immediately. But in 10, 20 years, you look really, time specific to that region, and it could be completely outdated by then. So it's not safe. But for an ultra luxury home that you bring on the market to sell, you shouldn't have gone with these finishes because people want the newest and the latest thing because that's their expectation. They're already living in something like that somewhere else around the world. Okay, let me give you guys a redesign of this property and tell me what you think. And then after that, I'm going to give it an Arvin score. Okay, here's a quick redesign I did of the layout. Pay attention. The number one thing I changed over here, and it was very instrumental to the whole thing, is that I moved the stairway away from the central position because it didn't do anything for me. Having the staircase over there and having natural light coming to a hallway which was depressing and dead, it didn't do anything. I much rather come out of the elevator and see that depth of view, right? I want that space to open up. Over here, you have the dining room over here. You have a formal living space over here and a bar over here. Now, you can switch the bar with the dining room if you don't want it to be close to the kitchen, but you have the freedom to do it, and it opens up to this little terrace. Over here, I combine the family room with the kitchen, which is exactly how we like to live, right? We don't want to go to a kitchen for a different experience. You want to have the family dining experience over here, but right next to it, you want to have that family room, and that partition works really great here. I wouldn't put a fireplace. I would just have a TV over there. And then you still have that connectivity over here. You can immediately take the stairs to go downstairs or go forward. Now, the other issue they had, they put 4 bedrooms on the lower floor and not a guest bedroom on this floor. To me, this setup, you have enough living spaces. I would have allocated this as another junior primary. Okay, on the lower level, things get a lot better. Check this out. Doesn't matter if you come through the lift or the stairs downstairs, you still have the foyer over here. And then when you walk past, you get a massive downstairs living area. Yes, I got rid of one of the bedrooms because I added one upstairs. And guess what? You don't need the skylight over here because you've got windows bringing natural light. And it's in a central position which divides the parents' living room from the kids' bedrooms over here. I think this layout works out so much better than the original layout of this property. Let me know what you think about this layout. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. Location, I'm going to give it a 7 because it's just way too touristic. It's central, great in that regard, but the tourists just kill it for me. It doesn't have that London neighborhood feel. I don't want to deal with the tourist restaurants or coffee shops. Amenities, look, I really appreciate the fact that it's a concierge building, but where's the gym? Where's the swimming pool? Where's the sauna? All those elements that I really think is necessary, they just didn't market it. If it had it, it would get a much higher score, but if it doesn't have it, it's going to get a 5. HOA, look, I couldn't find any defect issues, and I don't know exactly how much it costs the HOA fees per month, but overall, it's a newer building. I prefer to buy something that is at least 5 years old, so all the quirks and problems surface, and you can read them in the documents of the HOA before you purchase it. I'm going to give it a 5. Privacy. This was fantastic. I didn't see a line of sight coming into the unit, or you had the elevator popping out into the unit. You had concierge. I'm going to give it a 9.5. Unit orientation. Look, you're going to get natural light coming from all different directions, and that's perhaps one of the most important things purchasing a property in London. But at the same time, you could hear the noise. This is a very busy area, and the streets are busy. I'm going to give it an 8. Architectural style. Look, this architectural style is very masculine. I just personally don't like it for my primary residence. You know, it doesn't resonate with me, but overall, it was restored extremely well. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7. Views. Look, I don't consider this a view property. You did get, half-ass focal points. I'm going to give it a 3. Layout. Look, this was a disaster, and it was all caused by where they decided to put the staircase in the unit. The best part of the layout was the fact that you had a lot of outdoor spaces for a, penthouse in London. I also like the fact that there were 4 bedrooms next to each other, but you didn't really need it. You could have had 3, a family room downstairs and a guest bedroom upstairs. It would have resonated with people who maybe have an older child that doesn't want to be next to the parents at sometimes. So overall, I think I can't give it anything more than a 4. Scale and volume. Look, the ceiling heights were not good. The formal living space was horrible, was long and narrow. I can't give this anything more than a 4. Finishes. Very disappointing. For how beautiful architecturally this building was from the exterior, they should have brought that opulence, French vibe and energy, a little bit of class, a little bit of color, and they decided to go gray. Very boring. I have to give it a 5. Now here's the Arvin score, and if you want to see a penthouse that I actually like, you should watch this video. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the comments. Take care.